Around last June, which was 13 months back, June 2024, I started this. It was just this phase I had where I was obsessed about finding the true meaning of life. I was obsessed with trying to figure out what was the meaning of my life. What was I placed on this earth for? What was I to do? What was my purpose in this whole universe? And it was a very confusing and, how do I say, very overwhelming period of time because no one can truly answer this question. What is the meaning of life? I'm not sure if any of y'all have thought about this topic before, but I was just really intrigued by this idea, and every day I ask myself, what can I do, or what am I supposed to do to try to fulfill my fate or my destiny, or what I was placed on this earth to do. What should I do? How should I live in order to live the perfect life, or the life that I'm meant to live? And then for about 2 to 3 months straight, I was asking myself these type of questions and really trying to make sense out of the senseless, until I came across one of these quotes. So I was doom scrolling, and then I can't remember who said it, but I saw this quote where it said, "The meaning of life is to give life meaning." And then this kind of put a light bulb in my head. It kind of changed my way of thinking, my understanding of the meaning of life. And then from then on, the meaning of life wasn't a fixed thing. It wasn't something that I thought I should be chasing, going after. It wasn't a fixed goal. I realized that the meaning of life was to just be myself, and for me to define it myself, and that I didn't have to do things that I don't want to do or I don't like to do, in just to try to meet this standard or try to chase this senseless goal. From then on, I kinda did things my way. I kinda stopped asking myself, what should I do that will bring me closer to where I should be, which the where I should be isn't which the end goal in mind wasn't somewhere that I wanted, but I just felt like was where I was supposed to be. And from then on, I just stopped asking myself all these stupid questions, and then I started living for myself, knowing that having something to lose makes life worth living. I've seen some videos on TikTok explaining how life is so valuable and it's so important, and we should cherish it because our time on earth isn't that long. We all get to live through this short 100 years. Some of us make it to 80 to 90, some of us make it to 60, but we are all given this gift of life, and it's only valuable because it will come to an end eventually, and that we aren't immortal. And if we were immortal, then the meaning of life wouldn't have such a value, because imagine you had infinite amounts of money, then the money that you have wouldn't really be so valuable. You wouldn't care if you spend it all in one place, because it'll just keep coming back. That's the meaning of infinite. We don't have infinite number of days on this earth, and we should all cherish the experiences and the time that we have on this earth. And that the end of life, we have to lose. At the end of our journey on this earth, what we have to lose is the gift of getting to experience living. What is life if not the greatest art piece that we'll all create? I think that no one actually has no one should have a fixed goal to fill, to achieve, to accomplish. And by this I mean, like, we shouldn't all just try to work towards what we think that we should be achieving. And by this I'm not talking about our goals. I'm talking about expectations that others have of us. I think that all of us have the mind to think for ourselves, and we have the freedom to do what we like. We're all given free will. If not, we'll just be robots, We'll just be like in a simulation. And having free will and the mind to think for ourselves and doing what we want to do is probably one of the best things a human can get to experience. Doing the sports that you like, reading the books that you like to read, watching the shows that you like to watch, playing the games that you love to play. And all of our lives are decided by us. I'm not talking about the external factors, I'm talking about what we can do. And although it is true that you can't control everything in your life, you do indeed have most of the control of who you become. Someone insulting you doesn't mean that you have to insult them back and become that type of person. You get to choose what you want to do, and you don't have to mirror the actions of others. I think that we should all live life to the fullest with no regrets. And do everything for new experiences. We should do things just because we can, because one day we will no longer be able to do these things, and if we are capable of, we should give it a shot. You never know whether you're going to like it. You never know whether you were born with a talent for something if you never tried it. Like, as for me, I think for the past 4 to 5 months, I've been trying a lot of different stuff. I've been seeking new experiences. I've been seeking new companionship. I've been putting myself out there and trying to reach out to people, trying to approach people to make new friends. I've been just chasing new experiences because I've decided that I want to do things simply for the plot. I want to do things so that I have stories to tell about my life, Like, if I ever have kids, or if I ever have grandchildren, then I want to be able to tell them some sick stories, And like, have them inspired by the life that I've lived, and maybe try to mirror this mindset, or just encourage them to be open to new things and decide that, and acknowledge that they can decide how their lives turn out. Yeah, life itself has no inherent meaning. We have to give it meaning. We have to do things that will define our life, and not things that we don't want to do to fulfill others' expectations of us. when we know that these are things that we wouldn't want to be doing. And I think that our identity is very important to us. How we can decide for ourselves. Yeah, wait, I'm kind of lost, bro. Yeah, for anyone out there watching, I think I just want to say, try to seek more experiences when you're young, when you're in your youth, because time on this earth really flies by. Even though I'm still a teenager, I'm only 17 years old. When I look back on my past, when I look back at the years when I was, 12, 13, 14, 15, I realized that I didn't really go out there and try new things. I didn't really seek new experiences. I don't really have much to tell for the life that I've lived so far, and I kind of regret that. Kind of regret not wanting more, not trying new things, and just trying to meet others' expectations for myself, and just living for others and not myself in general. So right now so if you're watching this, try as many things as you can. Don't be scared of failure. You only live once. I mean, don't do dangerous stuff, but just have the courage to do what you want to do, and give life the meaning that you want to give. Life has no fixed meaning. You have to be the one to give it meaning. Yeah, that's all for today. Disclaimer, I'm not from the Air Force. Air Force, please don't come sue me. Yeah, alright. I also have a podcast on Spotify, which is also named The Oversimplified Overthinker. And I'm thinking of changing it to like Oversimplified Thoughts. Yeah, no, I haven't really uploaded an episode yet, cause they keep saying like the file is like buggy and like the audio doesn't match the video, and like, yeah, I'll just try to like, get it figured out, and I hope this can be like the first video that I upload on the Spotify. Yeah, so if you're watching this and you're Spotify, please kindly go to Spotify and search up The Oversimplified Overthinker and perhaps follow. Right, okay, thank you.